Okay, what are we talking about? Accountability?
Yeah, we are talking about just accountability in general, like relationships, family, um, workplace.
I don't got no viewers yet.
Just holding ourselves accountable for what we allow and don't allow.
It's Saturday night. We gonna,
Right.
hopefully ain't nobody out clubbing or people
Saturday.
sleep.
It's Saturday.
What's up, y'all? What's up? Hi.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we came over here to talk about accountability in relationships, not just romantic relationship, any kind of shit. That's what we came over here to talk about. Mm. Because we was having a conversation earlier about, what was we talking about?
We was talking about just holding yourself accountable for, things that you allowed, in your relationship. But we was specifically talking about like a romantic relationship at that point.
Yeah,
We was
we
talking
was
about
talking
how
about a
when
relationship.
people, like how when things go sideways or things go south, how people try to automatically bash the other person,
Yes.
instead of first accepting accountability for what they allowed to go on.
Yeah, so we was talking about like, so like when you in a romantic relationship with somebody and then the shit don't work out, y'all fall out, it fall apart, or whatever the case may be, and then both people just get to bashing each other. Like, I was basically saying that like I feel like when the relationship ends badly in a negative way, to me that's like a sign of people having to take an accountability for their own actions. Cause it's just like if you was parading this person around or if you was accepting this person in a relationship, why all of a sudden they're this horrible ass person, or you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
expose them now that the relationship is over, now that the shit ain't working out no more? Like, why are you like hell bent on trying to make this person look bad? It's giving like you're not taking accountability for your actions, because at some point this was somebody that you wanted,
Right.
even if they did fuck up or whatever. It's just like trying to put them on blast, trying to make them look bad is just like corny. Even if they really are a bad person, you know what I'm saying? But still, like, to expose that person is to expose yourself. Because it's just like, okay, well, if I'm gonna expose him and be like, oh my God, he was doing XYZ, he fucked up and all that type of shit, then it's just like I'm gonna be looking at myself like, okay, well, if he's this fucked up ass person, what the fuck was you doing dealing with him?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, well,
Because
you
you,
couldn't have had no boundaries then,
yeah,
because if you did, you wouldn't be dealing with such a fucked up ass
yeah.
person as you claim.
Like, or what about yourself attracted that person?
Right.
You know
So
what
it's
I'm
just
saying?
like, what caused you to attract somebody who's so diabolical?
Right.
So
And then,
yeah,
like, if you knew that person was that messed up or that jacked up, what about yourself or what about you made you stick around for so long?
hi Ava.
And made you put up with the antics and the disrespect for so long. That's what we was talking about. The
What's up,
disrespect.
Latoya?
We was
What's
talking
up,
about the
Emma?
disrespect.
Yeah. So we
You
was talking
know,
about just like, you know what I'm saying? Because we see, like, I mean, everybody has access to social media. So whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that shit, we're able to see publicly what certain people are going through as far as like breakups are concerned. But it's just like the way that people are like bashing each other and downing each other. It's just like, what's motivating you to do that?
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make sense. This is like, this is such a horrible. If this person was somebody that you wanted, somebody that you loved at one point, why? Because now shit is falling apart. It's not working out. There's so much hostility and animosity towards said person. You know what I'm saying? There are all these names. There are all these things. But was this person not those things when you were with them? I don't know. So we talking about like accountability. We talking about like exposing motherfuckers and shit. You know what I'm saying? The shit just really just be corny. Like,
Right. Oh, and what we said that the 9 times out of 10, the person is trying to expose somebody else or air out the dirty laundry. You you basically exposing yourself
basically.
because the person who know they did right by somebody in the situation don't got to do all that. And the person who know that they was solid, know that they kept it 100, know that they was, that they was, putting in 100%. They don't feel the need to do all of that.
Knowing that they had pure intentions.
Right, pure intentions. Right, they don't need to do all of that.
Yeah.
But for you to go and automatically try to out the other person, like you're trying to beat them to the punch, you trying to make yourself look good. That's a
Right.
red flag.
But so like we be doing these lives because especially because like a lot of y'all that subscribe to my channel and you listen to my reads and stuff, like of course I'm a woman, so it's just like of course you're gonna always hear from me from a female perspective, but like my fiance is on here to let y'all understand it from a male perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like how do men view it? Like what do men think when certain shit be going on? And like what was you telling me earlier? Like so like when you break up with somebody or you divorce or whatever the case may be, from a man's standpoint, you was just like, you supposed to what?
Oh, no, I'm saying as a man, regardless of anything, like within the marriage or within a breakup, you are supposed to basically set the tone and set the standard. Like as a man, if say you going through a breakup as a man or divorce or whatever, you don't have to go back and forth. Even if you see some stuff online, you see the woman talking about you online, people bringing stuff to you online. It's up to you to engage in it or not, or basically be a man and to just ignore it because your character speaks for itself. Like I don't feel the need to defend myself. I don't feel the need to go back and forth with you. I don't feel the need to basically join the shit show.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna join the circus. I'm not gonna go tit for tat back and forth because your character gonna speak for itself. Like, and by you joining the shit show and by you joining and going back and forth and playing tit for tat, you basically, as a man, you basically just lowering your standards, and on top of that, you feeding into the drama, you feeding into the negativity instead of just ignoring it and letting your character speak for yourself. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, you coming off as like sassy,
Right.
basically. What the young people be calling it. You presenting yourself as sassy because it's just like, even though this woman is like, she not coming from the best place emotionally. She's hurt. She lashing out. She trying to make you feel some type of way. But you taking the bait is making you look just as guilty as whatever she claiming that your ass was doing.
Yeah, because we all know, like, women don't get emotional off the top, especially during the breakup. Like, I'm not speaking for all women, but most women are more.
Yeah, 'cause you ain't speaking for me. I don't do all that crazy shit.
Well, I'm just saying, like, in a bad breakup, a woman gonna show her hand before the man do most of the time. I'm not saying all the time, but rarely. Well, some men do, but rarely does a man throw the first low blow or get online talking out the side of his neck. Now, some men do. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, as my old pastor used to say growing up, don't never argue with a fool because from a distance you can't tell who's who.
Yeah.
Like never argue with a clown because from a distance you can't tell who's who. So you just let your truth and let your character speak for you.
Right. It's just like you don't gotta go out of your way to like prove that somebody is wrong or they're lying. Like you don't gotta do all that.
Right.
If you truly are the person that you say that you are, your character,
Yeah.
your whatever you do on a day-to-day basis
Yeah.
is gonna speak for itself. You ain't gotta go out your way to convince people because people gonna believe what they want to believe regardless.
Right.
It's like, so why I'm gonna waste my time convincing you of anything when you gonna make up in your mind whatever the fuck you want to believe about me? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I be feeling like, what is the point of like exposing people? Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Like, some people definitely should be exposed when they really doing some foul shit. But we ain't talking about that. We just talking about petty shit that motherfuckers be doing when they in their feelings about some shit. Where you going through a breakup, you going through a divorce, and you just want to make a motherfucker feel some type of way. That shit is a sign of immaturity. Because regardless of how you feel about a person, at one point you love them. So you exposing this person is also exposing a part of you that was okay with whatever the fuck this person was doing. So it's just like you trying to put somebody else on blast, but you really just putting yourself on blast. It's just like it's unnecessary, basically. Cause I mean, like, of course, like shit, I got exes. I could put their ass on blast for all the foul, dirty shit that they did, but it's just like, what would be the point? Because then it's gonna make it seem like that I'm not over them or I still feel some type of way. It's just like I don't feel no type of way. Like I really wish those people like healing is what I wish those people. That's it. Like I don't got nothing to say about no motherfuckers from my past. It just is what it is. God bless. What's up, girl? She said, Epiphany, you be reading them Libra cards, man. It's like motherfuckers be so childish. Just like, who was we talking about? Remy and Papoose. It's just like, what are y'all doing? Remy Ma and Papoose, if you familiar with them, they're like rappers or whatever, but like these people are well into their 40s doing this clown stuff on like social media. It's like, at what point do you be like, okay, I'm too old for that?
Right. Like down near 50.
What's up, Ava? What's up, y'all? But yeah, it just be like, all of that is not required in a relationship. You gonna break up with somebody, just let it be a breakup. Like,
right, just let it be. Like
you don't gotta go out of your way to make somebody look bad, especially if they was the one in the wrong. Like, you could just walk away with your integrity and be cool.
Right, and just move on. You know.
But people don't be wanting to do that though. They be wanting to get revenge and make a motherfucker feel bad and all this type of shit. It's just like, man, don't waste your energy on that shit. Focus your energy on healing. Like, they gonna get what's coming to them for doing whatever they. He says, can I get a word? Hell no. Your ass gonna get blocked. Whoever gave it, it's also, can I get an N word pass? You better not say that motherfucking word on her. The fuck? Like, it be crazy motherfuckers in these lives and shit. Is you crazy?
Like what?
I don't say that shit to no black people. I don't give a fuck what times we living in.
Right, N-word pass. No. But anyway, man, we talking about being accountable, you know, for your actions, for what you allow, you know, in your life, in a relationship, in marriage, in, you know, friendships, whatever. You know, we talking about acknowledging the role that you played, you know, and knowing your boundaries, knowing what you will and won't allow, and standing on business. You know, that's basically what we was talking about, and just, you know, being able to recognize, you know, where you feel short at.
Yeah, and then we was also talking about, like, as far as accountability is concerned, like, just being responsible for your own actions, being conscious and being aware of the choices that you're making, no matter what season that you're in. Whether you're in a season of being in a relationship, whether you're in a season of being single, it's just like, you still have to be conscious of your choices, because, like I said, before I met my fiance, I was in my single season. It lasted for about 2.5 years, you know what I'm saying? And, like, even in that season, I still had to be disciplined. You know what I'm saying? I had already prayed. I had already told God, like, you know, I want a husband. I want somebody who's serious about relationships, somebody who understands, somebody who's mature. Like, I'm asking all these things from God. But it's just like, God is going to test you. Every time you ask the Most High about something, He's going to test you, right? So it's just like, okay, I said my prayers. I asked God for this amazing person, this amazing husband. It's like, okay, we're going to see if that's really what you want. We're going to put you to the test to see if that's what you're ready for, though. Because I have to heal my insecurities. I have to heal my trust issues. I have to heal all this shit to a certain degree for me to be able to handle the person that God is going to bless me with. God not gonna bless you with your person if He feels like you're still in a space where you'll self-sabotage, you'll fuck some shit up, you'll ruin some shit, you know, based on your own insecurities. So, like, I'm in my single season, I'm dating people, and I'm definitely having to practice my boundaries. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, well, I know when I put myself out there and I date, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not accepting this no more. I'm not allowing that no more. And it's easy to say until you actually present it with the situation. Like you get presented with a motherfucker that you might be interested in, but they on some fuck shit. So it's like, now what do I do? It's like, do I really like stick to my boundaries that I set for myself, or am I gonna fold and do the shit that I always do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
That's when
it was a whole fucking lot of no's.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of people I had to reject. You know, motherfucking exes trying to pop back around and shit. It's just like a whole lot of shit in my single season where I just had to stand on business. I had to be like, no, like I want my husband, so no to this, no to that. Like, you want friends with benefits? No, nigga, I'm looking for my husband. Like, I really had to like, and the shit is stressful. It really fucking is. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
Right, but that's when, that's when God gonna test you, when you start praying and listing off all the stuff you want.
Mm-hmm.
That's when God gonna test you.
Well, he be like, okay, you asking me for that. We gonna
like,
see
right,
if you
said
really
it,
ready
you
for
said what
that.
you want, okay.
Because if I bring Chris Brown along, his ass toxic as a motherfucker. Like, if I bring Chris Brown across your path, we gonna see if you gonna stick to them boundaries or not. You still gonna be wanting that husband you claim you want, or you gonna fold because this nigga famous with money and all this other type of shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you really get tested in that season, and I definitely did. Cause child, look, I was like, nah, I want somebody I can trust. I'm tired of that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, it's like you really got to get fed up. You really got to get tired.
Right, that's the same for the men. Like, you be telling God, like, everything you want in a woman, everything you want in a wife, and you're looking for a righteous woman, somebody that's gonna be loyal, somebody that's gonna be all about you, that's gonna understand you, that's gonna be your peace.
He will, Latoya.
And be your safe place and all of that. Okay, God, like, okay, I heard you part no, but let's see what you gonna do if I throw some fine your way and you know she ain't no good for you.
Throw some fine your way with a fat ass and a
right.
big booty and a
right.
Coke bottle. We gonna see,
right.
nigga.
We gonna see if you gonna stick to your boundaries, if you gonna stick to what you looking for, or if you gonna fold. You ain't gonna pass that test because you ain't ready. So you gotta be real careful and real strategic about your prayers and how you move. Like, and I'm just speaking as a man, like, because like my single season was different than hers, but at the end of the day, as a man, you gotta have boundaries, you gotta have discipline, self-respect, you gotta have all of that. Like you say, everything you're looking for in a woman, you gotta already be doing as a man. You know what I'm saying? You can't say you want something that you're not. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not realistic. Like, if you're looking for a righteous woman, are you a righteous man?
Right.
You're looking for a loyal woman, are you a loyal man? You know what I'm saying? You're looking for somebody that's gonna be your peace, are you gonna be her peace?
Yeah,
and vice versa.
It's definitely hard for men. I feel like men, y'all have to work twice as hard to be as disciplined.
That's because we get a bad rep. Like, it's so many men that's not that. The few men that are have a hard time because now you got to break down. You got to go through so many walls and you got to jump over hurdles, and it's like you got to really be in pursuit of your person. Like, when you meet that person, by the time you meet your woman as a man, by the time you meet your woman 9 times out of 10, she already got her guards up from some fuck person.
Yeah, but see,
that she been dealing with.
But see, that depends on the level of healing that she's done on her own. Everybody's gonna come with some sort of baggage, some sort of trust issues. Because by the time you really get to like 30 or 40, like, you done already had your heart broken at least once. So it's just like, but see, this the thing though. But like, if I'm a woman and I'm actively working on my healing, I'm aware of what I dealt with in the past, my traumas, what I accepted, and everything. It's not going to be that hard or as difficult to break down my boundaries because I have an understanding of...
I don't agree.
What? Because when we started dating, it wasn't that hard.
I don't agree.
So it was hard dating me.
No, I'm not saying you in particular, but I'm saying in general, a woman that's, okay, you've been single for a while, you loving on yourself, your worth, you know what you looking for, you know what you gonna go for, what you not gonna go for, and a man come along that you like and that's decent, and you feel like, okay, God, is this the one? He's still gonna have to break down some of them barriers that you even got set up over the years. And correct me if I'm wrong out there, women, but you just not gonna easily let somebody in after you done worked so hard to build yourself back up from being tore down from whatever happened in the
That's
past.
true, but see, that's
You know what I'm saying?
when
You not, no, hold on, let me talk. You're not just gonna walk in and be like, okay, yeah, I'm your Prince Charming, I'm from God. No, you still gonna have to prove yourself. You still gonna have to do the work. And I'm not saying it in a negative sense. I'm saying it just as a man, you still gonna have to prove yourself to that woman that you are the one. Because that woman is established. She knows her worth, she knows her boundaries. She's not going for the okie doke. So you're gonna have to be a man that's willing to put that work in.
But see, this is what we talk about reciprocity though. Because if I meet a man and he's intentional about pursuing me, even as he's pursuing me, I'm gonna be confirming everything that he's doing by reciprocating. So it's just like, if you call me, I'm gonna answer the phone. If you ask me out on a date, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's fine, or I'm gonna let you know when I'm available so that we can go do whatever. I'm not just gonna decline you at every turn just because I can.
Why have to ask you 5 times for our first date?
That was the very beginning. That was our first date. That don't count.
That do count. Why have to ask you 5 times for our first date? Yeah, tell the truth.
That was the first date though. So like,
but we had already known each other.
No, we didn't know each other like that.
I'm saying we had already built a rapport with each other.
Yeah, we didn't exchange words, but by the time you asked me on the first date, I still didn't really know you. So it's just like, I'm not finna just say yeah on the first time because
that proves my point.
To a degree, the first date.
How else you gonna know somebody if you never accept the first date?
But see, you gotta test the spirit. The first time you ever asked me out, I was supposed to decline you. What I look like just being like, oh yeah, like no, man, no.
You wasn't supposed to decline me on the first date. Nah.
She told him 5 times, so you wrote. He wasn't no 5 times. He lying.
It was 5.
It was like 3.
It was about 5 times. I don't get up there early.
But see, I was trying to test him to see how he responds to her. So like, okay, he approached me, he asked me on a date. But then if I decline him on the first time, I want to see how he reacts to that. Is he going to get an attitude? Is he going to start acting all sassy because I don't want to go nowhere with him? Or is he going to be like, okay, that's fine, da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? I want to see how he play it. He did an excellent job, okay? Like, I was just like, this nigga, how he know how to do this right?
Let that be the reason.
It was. I'm like, I ain't desperate. I ain't just finna just be telling you yeah on the first time. Like,
right.
No.
Okay, so with that being said, you had already built up walls that a person would have to jump over in order to even get the first date.
Yeah, but rightfully so. But what I'm saying is, my point is that, of course, I'm going to have walls. You should have walls because you've been through shit too. But at the same time, what I'm saying is that you already aware that I got walls. So when we start doing this, you're still being, after the first time you asked me out, it wasn't that difficult. You ain't have to like.
But see, that's where most men, I'm glad you said that. That's where most men lose the pursuit. That's how you can tell who's serious and who's not. Because let's just say, had I asked you out, where was I trying to go? I was gonna take you to the steakhouse, the one on Tucker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, let's go to the steakhouse. I'm gonna take you to lunch or whatever before work or whatever. And the first few times,
I know he was in love.
Who said that?
Tanya Dunn. She told a baby girl, he just knew and he saw you, he was in love, trust the spirit, girl.
No, like the first few times you had a little rebuttal or whatever.
Yeah, I gave him a little resistance in the very beginning.
But see, that's why it's so important as a man, to not give up if you know what you want and if you know that they could be the person for you. Because I could have gave up, but like, whatever, she ain't on nothing. No,
That's
whatever.
what I'm saying. See, if
No.
you would have gave up, then I would have been like, okay, then he wasn't
Right.
for real. He
Right.
wasn't really as interested as he was acting like he was, because why would you just give up just because I told you no the first time?
Right, that's
like,
what I'm
no.
saying. But since I really wanted to get to know you, I was like, okay, well, let me try again. Let me ask you, maybe that wasn't a good day. Maybe that was too early. You know, we've been talking, so it ain't like she just dodging me altogether. You know what I'm saying? So let me try this, let me try that. But
That's right.
But
Chase me.
when I
Chase me.
when I got that first one, when you agreed. Woo! Yeah.
I stopped giving him such a hard time after the first date, because you know what I'm saying? Like I said, he asked me out initially and I declined it. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna see what he gonna do. And he went back to the drawing board. He ended up asking me out again. I was like, okay, he persistent. I like that. So I'm gonna tell him yes this time. You know what I'm saying? So, and then we actually end up having like a really great time. Like,
see, that's what's lost. That's what's lost in this generation. And we weren't even supposed to go there. But
Goobers 117, love you too.
But that's what's lost in our generation of men. And I'm not male bashing.
Speak on it. Speak
I'm
on
male motivating. The art of the pursuit has been lost.
it. Yep.
The art of the pursuit has been lost. Like, when it's somebody that you know, like, okay, this somebody I can see a future with, this somebody I could rock with, why wouldn't you pursue her? You know,
Right, that's
like,
hella
we so
weird.
easy to give up, or the men want to be pursued. It's crazy.
Man,
You know
it's
what I'm
like
saying?
people
nah.
give up so easily.
Look.
Easily. It's like, where's your tenacity?
Right, I say this all the time. Like, I'm from the old school where the men do the pursuing. Like, the Bible says, a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. Not the other
Which
way
means
around.
you supposed to be
You know,
pursuing me, not me
right, you
pursuing
supposed
your
to be
ass.
in pursuit of your person as a man.
And a lot of time, that's why women end up with the wrong men, because they pursue men. Women be like, "Oh, that's the one that I want. I'm gonna go all in with him. Whatever he come with, I'm gonna deal with that." And then they end up heartbroken. But at the same time, this was a man that was never pursuing you
Right,
in
he
the
wasn't
first
pursuing you
place.
to begin. He ain't showed you nothing. You know what I'm saying? He ain't had to do nothing. He ain't showed you no interest. He ain't pressed you a little bit.
He don't even like you.
You know what I'm saying? He ain't pressed you none. You know, like, when I first met Maya, I pressed her. I pressed her like, you busy today? What about tomorrow? You busy tomorrow?
He was so
What you-
persistent.
you know
I was
what I'm
like,
saying?
golly, I'm
What you
like,
doing after
what's
work?
up with this dude?
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Like, women love to be pressed just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta, not to the point to where it's creepy.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Don't
but
be
you
creepy.
gotta apply a little
You know what I'm saying?
pressure.
Yeah, like, you gotta press a little
Because-
bit. You know what I'm saying?
Cause
Like,
let's be serious here. Like, as single men and as single women, especially like once you cross the 30s threshold, anytime you meet somebody, you automatically assuming that they already talked to somebody else, right?
Right.
So you have to make yourself stand out from the others,
Yeah.
and not in like a competitive way. But it's just like, if you really want somebody to pay attention to you, you need to be standing out from whatever fucking body else is doing.
Right, 'cause
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I could be
saying-
talking to 5 motherfuckers, but it's only like one that's asking me out on a
you gotta
date.
go after what you want. Right.
But it's just like, you're not gonna go after anything if it's not really what you
Right.
want. And that's the difference between you actually like giving a man your time and your energy, because it's just like, you're not really pursuing me for real. It's like, yeah,
Right.
you text me here and there, but every time you text me, it's the conversation ain't talking about shit. You keep asking me what I'm doing and how I been and all this type of shit. And it's like, I don't mind telling you that, but it's just like, what else?
Right.
Because in my world, when I was single, I'm like, if I meet a dude and we exchange numbers, you got about a week to be asking me when we going on a date, because it's only so much talking that we could do through text. It's just like, when do you want to see me face to face? That's like the whole point of going on a date. So like, we texting, we talking, or whatever the case may be. It's a nice little rapport. It's a nice little connection. The conversation is a vibe. It's like, okay, in my mind, your next shit should be asking me, when can we see each other in person?
Right.
The
Somebody
date.
said that's called forced love. No, it's not called forced love. That's why I said don't make it creepy. You know, like, if you pursuing and that person is not accepting, then that's when you fall back.
Yeah, if somebody
You know what I'm
keep
saying? Right, that's
declining
when
you
your-
and you keep making
Right.
advances, it's just like,
Right,
just
that's when
fall
your-
back if they
that's when your
not.
common sense kick in and you just fall back.
But like the first
Yeah.
day, like of course I'm not just gonna be like, oh my god, yeah, let's go. Like no, I don't know you like that. Like I ain't in no rush to be
Right,
going
but
nowhere with you.
it's absolutely nothing wrong with a man pursuing a lady that he feels he has a connection with to a certain extent. You know, now if it's to the point to where she just completely ignoring you, that's a different thing. Because I ain't forcing shit ever. You know what I'm saying? But you know, if y'all communicating and schedules not aligning or something come up, that's a whole different thing.
But
You know
see,
what I'm
I
saying?
think men be confused about what it actually means to pursue a woman. Like when
Absolutely.
you're pursuing a woman, there's going to be a level of reciprocity that is there, which means that as you're pursuing her, she's also like confirming
Right,
that
right,
yeah, I like what you're doing, basically. You know
right.
what I'm saying? So if you ask me on a date, I decline you the first time. You ask me again, I accept. It's like, okay, maybe she a little interested. If she accepted me, accepting my date, she want to go out with me, da 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 da.
Right.
Still, there has to be a level of consistency because I'm not going to keep asking you out and you keep declining me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But men,
Yeah, I'm
it's
just
just
gonna
like,
cut my losses and back away.
it's like men feel like they just chasing women. Like it's a difference between pursuing and chasing. You're chasing somebody if they're not reciprocating.
Right.
If you're just going after somebody,
And
they
not
steady
showing,
keep
yeah.
declining
That's
you, they're
different.
not showing you
Yeah.
any type of interest. At that point, you're chasing. You're pursuing somebody when you're actively trying to get to know them. You're taking action and shit, but they're meeting you halfway.
Right.
Every time you ask them out, they're just like, yeah, I would like to do that. I would enjoy doing that with you. Or every time you call them, they actually answer the phone. They want to talk to you on the phone. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's different. A woman is actually going to give you the same energy back if she's really interested in getting to know you.
Right. You ain't that's not even gonna be a question. Like,
that's what I'm saying. But you chasing a motherfucker if you just keep throwing out all this energy trying to get somebody's attention and they're just not paying your ass no mind at all.
And then
that's when you need to fall back.
Right, and then that goes back to self-awareness, what we was talking about at the beginning, and accountability. Like if you steady chasing somebody that want to be chased, you just wasting your damn time. You need to keep it moving.
Because I ain't finna ask you too many times, do you want to go out, and you keep telling me no.
Right.
At that point, I would just be like, all right, fuck you then. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not finna keep doing it.
That's common sense. You can't force a motherfucker to do nothing.
That alone should tell you that somebody is not interested. If you have to ask somebody out more than twice and they say no every time, they're not really that interested.
Right, no cap. No cap. What you say?
Says, I'm saying how some women I talked to was forceful wanting to marry when you're not the. Oh hell no! You shouldn't be trusting nobody who want to get married.
What do you say? What do you say, babe?
It says if there's no marriage, they don't want to date anymore. Why do men even want to get chased? Cause they weird. Well, that's not normal behavior for a man to want to be chased.
Yeah, that's not natural.
That's not natural. Yeah. That's like a sign of like an insecure man.
Yeah,
if he don't feel confident enough in himself to pursue you, he just wants you to do all the work. Nah,
yeah, you need to run.
That's somebody that you shouldn't even be talking to.
Yeah, and like you were saying, like it's all about the reciprocation. Like if you into somebody more than they into you, and you can sense it. And you picking up from it. You picking up on it. Then that's a clear indication. Like this ain't who you supposed to be with, and it's up to you to act on it. You know, like nah, I'm good. Like this seemed a little too one-sided for me.
That's what I'm saying. If you gotta constantly fight for somebody's attention, that's a red flag. Like no, I ain't gonna say you ain't gotta like work to get somebody's attention, but at the same time, you should be met with reciprocity.
Yeah,
if I'm going out of my way to speak to you or say something to you or ask you out, then that means you need to match that energy. You know what I'm saying? You should be equally excited to talk to me, equally excited to go out with me. Because if not, then there's already some type of imbalance and it's just weird. Like no.
Because what most men don't understand is that women are natural reciprocators. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm, pouring into you and I'm, showing you love, I'm showering you automatically gonna give that if you into that person. So like if you're a man and you steady giving, and she steady taking, and ain't giving nothing, then that's when you be like, hold on. Like, this seems a little one-sided, because when a woman is really into you,
she just gonna start doing shit automatically.
Off that energy. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't even gonna have to question it. You know, like from the get-go, that's something that I didn't have to question with you. Because from the moment we started dating, it's like, yeah, you know, of course the first few dates or whatever, as a man, you supposed to be like, okay, I'm taking you out. You gonna pay, bruh. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
you asking me for my time.
Like,
so if you ask
pay
me on a date, ain't no way I should be paying for anything.
Right.
I ain't ask you out, you asked me out.
Exactly. But like once we really got going and we really started, you know, building our relationship, she was like, oh, I got it, or what you want to do, I'm gonna take you out. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man, that stuff you gotta look for.
I don't feel like, as a woman, your mentality around dating is distorted if you feel like you gotta compete in any type of way for a man that you call yourself wanting. There is no, that is not normal for a woman to be in pursuit of a man at all. That is like not normal. So
like,
it's just like, if you start talking to
yourself,
somebody, y'all might be a vibe. It could be good conversation and everything else. But if it's like, this man got a bunch of options and shit, and he not really paying your ass no mind, but you keep trying to force your way to be number one, or you want to be the person that he chooses, like, no.
Like, as a woman,
you're at that point, you're not operating in your feminine energy no more.
And
now you want
woman,
some masculine shit.
As a woman, the moment you find yourself pursuing him more than he's pursuing you, that's when you need to tuck your tail and run.
Because you're going to be disappointed.
Because, like my mom used to say, how you start is how you finish. You know what I'm saying? If you starting off showing him that it's okay for him to have you chasing him around and steady, you know, trying to compete, that's how your relationship always going to be. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be competing with other women. You're going to steady be chasing him when it's supposed to be the opposite way around. You know what I'm saying? And once you're in a relationship, y'all supposed to be in constant pursuit of each other. You know?
But see, that comes down to your self-esteem, your self-worth, though. Because anytime you feel like you got to be in pursuit or chasing somebody that ain't paying you no mind, it's just like, what are you so desperate for exactly? Yeah. It's just like, if somebody's not paying my ass no mind, I can take that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I shoot my shot, you're not interested, or whatever the case may be, you not responding, you not acknowledging me, I'm going to take that as you not interested, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
But for you to constantly be trying to, like, go after somebody who ain't paying you no mind, that's not a challenge. That's like somebody who, like...
They get a thrill out of it.
Yeah, they don't respect you.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they feel like, oh, yeah, she really want me. Or, like, you're inflating their ego by constantly chasing somebody that ain't paying your ass no attention.
Yeah.
Like, nah.
And that goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you a man and it's starting to seem like damn, like, I'm doing all the work, like, ain't nothing being reciprocated, she don't really seem that into me, then you need to look at yourself.
This is like, every time we do something, it's seeming like I'm the one that got to do everything. It's just like, damn, do you really like my ass or what?
Right. Nah, and
I feel like that be the shit people be in denial about, because then they be like, well, what you know, what about me is not to like? But you ain't gonna be for everybody.
Yeah, like, you ain't gonna be everybody's cup of tea. You know, but like we said,
but you can't let that. Hey, girl. But I'm like, you can't let that discourage you, though. Like, if you shoot your shot at somebody and they just acting like they not interested in this shit, that's just what the fuck it is. Oh, well. Like, you know what I'm saying? Move on. Like, you don't know what kind of bullet you dodging.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? You might want to be grateful for the fact that somebody didn't find you interesting, or they ain't really went on it with you for real.
Right. You don't know what God's saving you from.
Yeah, you don't know what God protecting you from. So you ought to take that as a compliment. But it's just like, women really get their feelings hurt when they be trying to force relationships with men who really wasn't showing no interest in them in the first place. It's just like, you have all these babies by these men, you marry them and do all kind of shit when they was never really interested in you in the first place. They just took whatever you was offering because you was the only person offering it to them. This dude could have been, man, had like 5 different options. He had like 5 different options. None of the options was really chasing his ass but you.
Right.
So since you was the one that wanted to go out of your way for somebody, he settled for your offer because with nobody else going out of their way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, I'm gonna just take what she offering because obviously she seemed like the most desperate one. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nah, bro. Like you don't let no man do that to you.
Right.
Like, don't let no man do that to you. Shit, as a man too, don't let no woman do that to your ass either. It's like, if a bitch not showing interest, then you leave her where she at.
Right. You cut your ties and cut your losses and keep it moving.
Because, like I said, if you're a man and you're pursuing a woman that you're truly interested in, there should be some type of reciprocity. Mm-hmm. You're pursuing her, you're asking her out on dates, you're making the effort to call her, speak to her, interact with her. There still should be some sort of reciprocity that you're getting back from her to let you know that she's interested. That means that when you ask her out on a date, she's like, okay, yeah, we can do that. Or if you call her, she's answering. If you text, she texts back. Like, she's showing interest because you're showing interest.
Right.
But a man has to be the one to lead that shit, though.
Mm-hmm.
Overseas traveler. Okay, girl. Go charge your phone. Love you. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, for those of y'all.
Right on.
For those of y'all that are not familiar with my channel, we are engaged. We get married on 10/17/25 this year.
Yep.
We get married October 17th.
Appreciate everybody.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just like, I done experienced a lot since, you know what I'm saying? Prior to meeting him, it was a lot of work that I had to do on self to get to this space. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you have to correct your own vision. Like, you can't discern who would be a good potential match for you if you're still hurt about what another motherfucker done did.
Yeah.
Like, it's impossible. Like, of course, like, I done got my heart broken by motherfuckers before, but it's just like, if I waste all my time and energy focus on what somebody did to me, and so then when I meet new people, I'm not even interested because I still feel some type of way about another motherfucker, like, then you're not ready to be dating.
Right.
Like, you're not ready to be dating if that's just what you're gonna be worried about. It's just like, no, you need to work on yourself. Do the work. Do the work. Like, do the work, because it doesn't get no easier, is what I'm telling you. Like, even when you get to the point, like, when you do enough work on yourself, enough healing on yourself to where God is like, okay, I feel like you ready to meet somebody serious that you can go into union with, the work don't stop there. I'm here to tell you, the work don't stop there. It does not. Like, me and him, we constantly working on each other. Because this is like, even though we together now, it was a lot of healing that we both had to do on our own before we met. But now that we've met and we're in a relationship, it's still more work to be done.
It's always work to be done.
Because sometimes, like, it's only so much healing that you can do on your own. Sometimes you need another person to help you realize, like, what else needs to be worked on.
Right.
So it's just like, sometimes, like, yeah, we trigger each other sometimes, and I'll be like, damn, I didn't even know that was something that still bothered me until we actually got together. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I thought I was good in a certain area of my life until we actually got together, and now it's coming up again. So, like, shit, now I need to work on this some more, or I didn't even know that there was an issue. Now I got to work on that. Like,
right. But yeah, like, it's always like something's gonna be revealed that you need to work on, like, especially when you're in a relationship. Like you said, like, when you wasn't in a relationship, you know, it might have been overlooked because you thinking like, man, I'm good. You know,
or you just ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, you ain't have to worry about it.
That's what I'm saying.
You know?
When you single, you only worried about self. So you're not worried about how you would be in a relationship.
Right. You focus on building yourself.
That's what I'm saying. You focus on yourself. So it's like, you ain't worried about when you get in a relationship, how do you compromise? How do you conflict resolute? How do you problem solve when you're in a relationship with somebody else? You ain't thinking about none of that shit when you single. So then when you actually get into a relationship and you realize, like, damn, I need to work on my compromising skills because I got the mentality of a single person. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how to reciprocate. I don't really know how to like compromise
Right.
because I ain't never had to for a while now. I ain't had to like do anything with nobody else other than myself.
Or share my space, or share my time, or none of that. You know what I'm saying? You just used to doing you.
Man, it's
know.
like God will constantly test you, man. So you have to be aware. You have to be conscious of yourself, your decisions, your energy. You just have to be aware, man, so you don't self-sabotage.
Yeah. Like it's a
Thank
constant
you.
journey, you know.
It's a constant journey, man. It don't stop because you come into union. It don't stop because you get married. That's where the real work actually begins. Like, what was we listening to? Or we weren't listening to something. It was a
With the devotion.
no, not the devotional. We've been doing devotionals too, but no, not the devotional. The comedy show that we watched where the dude was like,
Oh, yeah,
when
yeah,
you
yeah,
get
yeah.
married, it's like you entering rehab.
Right.
Basically.
Right. That's when the.
It's like when you
yeah.
get into a real relationship,
Yeah.
it's like that's where you start rehab at. That's when you start to unpack
Yeah.
all the trauma that you've experienced from being single, from being in the wrong relationships, all that.
Yeah.
It comes up.
Yeah. It's like he was saying like how he thought marriage was basically like gonna fix you, but it was actually gonna do the opposite. Like marriage was gonna be healing, you know, and like rehab, like the marriage is the rehab that you need to work on yourself, you know, and with your partner at the same time. You know, like you constantly like building, you dying to self, all of that.
And then that's another thing too that I wanted to bring up, you know, because sometimes like what I was realizing the other day, I'm just like, you know, sometimes like when you go through a traumatic experience or you go through a toxic relationship and you finally realize like, okay, this ain't healthy for me to be in. I need to leave. I need to walk away. I need to leave this behind. It's just like you finally do the shit, and then it's just like you want to isolate yourself from everybody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's a trauma response. Like when you have dealt with toxic relationships and then you finally get out of one and you finally be like, okay, I'm content without that person or without that situation, but your response to breaking up with somebody is like, I just want to be by myself. I don't want to date nobody ever again. I don't want to do this. I don't want to put myself back out there. That's a trauma response. Because it's just like you have to coexist with other people.
Right. Eventually, like if you want to find your person, like you're gonna have to be open to compromise. You're gonna have to be open to letting somebody in your space, which can be uncomfortable, especially when you've been single for a while.
It's like you have to relearn how to interact with people, but you can't do that if you're just like, well, I'm not gonna talk to nobody ever again. I'm never coming out of my house. I'm not never dating again. You know what I'm saying? That's like a trauma response. Like that's not actually helping you grow, because whenever you do get out of a toxic relationship and you learn your lessons and shit, it's like, okay, God gonna put you in a position to practice, put in practice what you learned from the previous relationship. But if you in a space to where you don't want to put yourself out there, you don't want to meet nobody, you don't want to talk to nobody, then you're not able to apply what you've learned from the last situation.
Right.
So which means that God won't be able to test you, which means that he don't even know if you will be ready for what's next.
I was just about to say
That's
that.
what I'm
Like,
saying. You have to put yourself out there.
How you know if you're ready if you never put yourself out there?
You don't. If you just hiding because you too scared of relationships and
like
shit, that's not gonna help you meet your person.
Practice, like as a former football player, like you could practice all day long. You could practice all day, every day. But until you actually get your ass in that game, you ain't gonna never know if
That's
you're
what
ready.
I'm saying. It's just like, man, like you
Like,
can
you
be
gotta
like,
get in the game.
you can be like, I'm by myself, I'm single, I'm safe, I ain't gotta
Right.
worry about shit. But it's just like, but how you gonna meet somebody if your true desire is to still be married, to still find your person? You ain't gonna find your person hiding in the house.
Yeah,
like you're not.
You could do all the work on yourself you want to. So you can spend years working on yourself, which is a good thing. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but until you actually start putting yourself out there and you actually start meeting people and you actually start seeing, okay, I don't like this, I don't like that. You know, okay, I still need to work on this in regards to my boundaries. I still need to work on this in regards to myself. You will never know. Because in your mind, You thinking you doing all the right work.
God bless talking about I'm not taking care of no one. What does dating have to do with taking care of anybody?
Who said that?
Right there.
I'm not taking care of no.
Dating somebody don't mean that you taking care of anyone.
I love this for you. I'm not taking care of no more.
I guess you trying to say no one.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, yeah, dating. You're not necessarily taking care of nobody. You taking care of yourself. You take care of yourself first. Yeah, you take care of yourself first. And if somebody's dating to be taken care of, then they approaching dating wrong anyway.
Yeah, those boundaries should already be set before you put yourself out there. Like, nobody is out here dating to take care of nobody. Like, right. I'm not here to sponsor you.
Big facts.
I'm not, just because I'm out here dating don't mean the next person I meet, I'm finna be letting you live in my house and give you money or all of that. I'm not doing none of that.
Oh, she said, because where I am ain't shit out here.
Well, you gotta go outside. Yeah, you gotta go outside of that then.
Expand your horizons. Like, it's a whole world out here. You know what I'm saying? Outside of just where you from.
It's so much different people, so much different stuff to experience, so many different like cultures and all kind of stuff. Yeah. But it's like you gotta get out there to see it.
Yeah, like just expand. Don't be afraid to expand your horizons. Like just ask God to lead you,
Ask God to order your steps, keep you protected. And he will, because, like, man, look, when I was dating, that shit was horrible. Like, the same shit that y'all experienced, I experienced that before I met him. It's just a bunch of just users, a bunch of demons, just a bunch of bullshit. And I was like, this can't be real.
Right, it's a mess. I'm hip.
But then when I started to understand, I was like, okay, God, this is just God testing me. Like, I keep meeting these weird-ass motherfuckers because God is really testing my strength. He's really testing my boundaries. He want to make sure that I'm not going to fold when he blesses me with what I asked for. You know what I'm saying? So then when I met him, it was just kind of like, it was like a shock to my nervous system. I'm like, damn, I ain't never met a man like you before. I ain't never met a man that was actually consistent. I ain't never met a man who actually like tells the truth. Like, I ain't never met a man who's actually intentional about his actions towards me. You know what I'm saying? That's always some shit that I gotta dig to find out. Some shit I always gotta decipher, put two and two together, put the puzzle together. Like, nah, it was really like clear when I started dating him. What?
When you say stuff like that, I'm like, really?
Yeah. I'm like, what in the fuck?
I'm like, I wasn't even aware or hip to just how bad, things could be,
Child, the dating game, you be in the trenches. That shit so ghetto. That shit is ghetto, okay? Ghetto. Dating is ghetto. But yeah, like, I was definitely tested in my single season. Like, I had already prayed. I was like, God, Lord, I want my husband. I want to be a wife. I want him to be like this, that, da, da, da. God, like, okay, we gonna see if that's what you telling me that's what you want, but we gonna see if that's what you really prepared for.
And that person hit the nail on the head. Like, pray and trust the process.
Man, you gotta trust
the process.
You gotta trust the process, man.
Oh, y'all in Florida? Nah, we not in Florida. Yeah, like, you gotta pray and trust the process. Like, man, that's really, it's so simple, but it's hard to do.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy to say. It sounds
easy to do until you face to face with some shit. And then you like, oh my God.
Yeah, like.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what was happening to me. It's just like, I put myself back out there. I'm like, okay, I'm dating. I'm open to meeting people. I'm exchanging numbers. I'm conversing with people. And it's just like, as soon as I say something to somebody, I'm like, oh, shit. I'm just like, is this a test, Lord? Like, 'cause I know you lying. Like, I know this nigga did not just ask me, when can we link? Like, excuse me? I'm a grown-ass woman. What the fuck does link mean?
What's a link?
What do that mean?
Right.
What's linking?
Right.
Like, hooking up?
Right, because you couldn't be talking about a date.
Like, that don't sound like no date to me. I'm not linking. I'm not doing none of that. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah, it was just a lot of declining.
I'm 40. Oh, that's what's up. I'll be 40 next year.
You'll be 40 next year.
I'll be 40 next year. That's what's up.
He'll be 40 next year. I'll be, how old am I?
Lord.
I always ask you that too. I can never remember how old I am.
You're going to be 34 this year.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to be 34 in August.
Yeah, so what time is it? 12:25.
Yeah, we about to
Yeah,
end
we
this
stay on for
vibe.
about 5 more minutes. So any questions, any comments, we appreciate y'all joining the live.
Yeah, so I'm 33 and he's 39. Treat yourself. What's up? Blessings
Like,
to
what it
you.
do?
Treat yourself. They always in my readings. Like, I
Oh,
appreciate
yeah.
you so much. Epiphany, I've been following you for like 4 years. What?
Okay.
Thank you. I am so grateful
Hey,
for
bitch,
that.
like shout out to Florida. We love Florida.
Period.
Miami.
We definitely
love
do.
Miami.
We love Miami. Like, yeah, if y'all got any questions, just ask us. We only gonna be on here for like 5 more minutes. Cause it's getting late. It's getting late. Oh, FYI too, if you already watching my live, like I am gonna be posting readings tomorrow. Okay? I know y'all been waiting. I know motherfuckers been like, where the fuck the Leo reading it? Well, I've been hella busy. I've been working, but I got y'all. I'm gonna be posting tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Appreciate you. Treat yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Man, y'all dope though. Like, y'all show her so much love.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I just be like, I love my collective, my family, my internet fam, my internet cousins.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been waiting on Libra readings. I just posted a Libra reading yesterday.
Yeah. It only pop out every once in a while.
Yeah, he only be on here sometimes.
Yeah. You want my ugly bug on the screen?
What?
What you want my ugly mug on the screen?
No.
That's when I pop out.
Mm-hmm. We are getting married. We're gonna try to
Woo.
put. We're gonna try to do October 17th. We're getting married of this year. October 17th, 25. Yes, I will be doing Taurus soon. They're on my list to do tomorrow. I don't know how many I'm gonna do. What's up, Scorpio gang, Diana? I don't know how many I'm gonna do, but I know I'm gonna try to do Gemini, Taurus, and Leo tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Leo gang, yeah, we're gonna try to get some footage of y'all from the for the wedding.
Yeah, we might go live from the reception. Didn't we say that?
I don't know,
Just for a few minutes.
Okay, we could go live for a few minutes, cause
just like to, just so they can see what's going on, catch a little vibe for like 5 minutes.
We can do like 5 minutes.
Like when the
live.
party start, like when the actual dancing and stuff start.
It's gonna be lit. We're gonna have such a good time.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we'll try to go live for a few minutes.
October 17th, we're getting married in Libra season, okay? The Venusian energy. I want all the romance. I want all the sexiness, all the vibes. Libra gang.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting married in Libra season. Which is crazy. I can't believe we get married in Libra season because I'm a Leo and you're an Aquarius. Aqua gang. Aquariuses are something else, child.
What they mean?
Woo.
What they mean?
Lord.
Oh, no, hold on. What they mean?
That just means something, cause I just don't be. I be like, look, and this is the truth.
Why you always say that?
Cause it's true. Like, cause like I'm a Leo sun, but I got a lot of Earth in my chart. Okay, I'm a Leo, and I have Capricorn and Virgo in my chart. I never thought that I would be dating an air sign. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I really did not think that. I thought that I would always end up with like another fire sign or a earth sign. Like, air was not even. So for you to be an Aquarius, I would just be like, what in the fuck? What? I was just like, I read cards. Like, are you serious? Like, I did not see this fucking coming. And then when I be doing my readings too, you always show up as earth energy, which is weird. He like, oh no, you're not finna talk about Aqua Gang.
Yeah, what they mean?
My bad, dang. Air signs could be something else, child. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Look,
Earth in this chart.
he might. I don't know. I gotta look at his birth chart. I feel like he do because when I
Right,
be doing
without
my
Earth,
readings,
right,
you always
without
come
Earth,
as
what would you
Earth.
have? Right, you can't breathe without air. What you mean?
Cause even though he an air sign, he's like real, like very grounded, very like laid back. Like he don't give
Breathe
like
without me, girl.
Aquarius vibes, really.
Can't breathe without me, girl.
Shut up. It's just like, ooh.
I don't know.
You might
I'm
have
here
a
now,
damn
though.
choice.
It's too late for that. I'm here now. Eyes here now. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Live with the Davises.
Right.
We about to get off of here, though, y'all.
Saturday night.
Saturday Night Live. We about to get off of here, though, y'all.
All right, we about to jump off.
So hopefully, if you missed the live, you can re-watch it because it's going to be posted on my channel. So we will holler at y'all later. Good night, okay? Good night. Blessings to all of you. Peace out. We are going to bed, child. Okay? I'm
Yes,
tired.
sirski.
I'm going to
Right.
bed.
Yes, sir, ski.
All right, we will holler at y'all later. Peace.